guys, we're gonna give it a little baby pull in second.
Holy shit. Dear God.
That felt so good, guys. Hey guys, welcome back. This is Joy Garage. I'm Davis, this is Tristan. Today, we're gonna be working on our Camaro, our turbocharged 3800. Last video we were teasing, we have new wheels and tires for the car.
Yep, and last video we just didn't have them, bought them, but now we have them. And well, let's just show you guys.
Come over here, show you what our new wheels are. Bam.
Now these are some C5 Corvette wheels. Got the center caps and everything. The only garbage thing is like these stock lug nuts look like crap. And well, we're just using what we have. What's funny is, go ahead.
And these guys are the eBay special tire. They are like a 200 treadwear Kaiser. What are these? Kaiser Kenda KR20A. Boys, yeah. We got the rubber here. So these are 265 35 18s all around. So.
Yeah, because we couldn't find any good deals on 275s, and that's what we wanted.
Also, 265 fits the rim width a little bit better. These are 18 by 8.5.
8.5s, I think.
Yeah.
And so what's funny is this was the first thing I bought for this car, like first ever thing, and I've had them over 3 years now and never been able to put them on, but finally we got some rubber for it. And apparently, so the guy who sold them to me says that this is a hard color to find, but it's almost perfect for the body color, which I love. And what he had done is he had gotten 2 sets of Corvette wheels because the rears are like 10s or 10.5 inch wide wheels, and he wanted to put some big boys on there. And so he basically used all 4 of the rears, and then he sold me the fronts for $200. Like, I could not have gotten a better deal in like 2017 or no, it was like 2018 or something like that. Man, times have changed.
That would have been like
$400.
2019 because we started this in 2019.
You're right. And yeah, these would have been at least double that price nowadays, if not triple.
Way more.
Yeah.
So this was a great deal just to kind of sit on. Finally got rubber for them. So there's a much needed improvement here because we were running those 60-inch wheels and those 12-year-old tires or whatever they were. So.
Yeah, it really just does make it look like a different car.
Yep.
Like, it really does. I freaking love them. Of course, they're not in the best shape, but this car is not in the best shape. I don't care. I'm not really looking to make this car look.
This just gives us way more tire options.
Yep.
Being 18s.
So much better tire options, bigger brake options.
Oh yeah.
You know, it needed 18s on it, but even 18s, like David said, kind of look big for the car. They're approaching too big.
We don't want to donk it. But...
And I had some 19 and 20 inch wheels for this that are C7 Corvette wheels that I bought, but they would have been donkers on this thing. It would have looked terrible, and then just the rear tires would have been like $400 to $600 each. Yeah. And I'm like, no.
Yep.
I bought this whole set for like $550.
Much wider. We probably would have had issues with rubbing.
That too. And then the backs would have looked ridiculous being 20 inches tall or wide.
Yep. So guys, we're gonna go ahead, roll back the car, and we're gonna talk a little bit more and get into some work. We're gonna be working on our turbo 3800 Camaro today. Recently got it up and running. Been going through tons of different like tuning and like just figuring out the car. It's totally new.
Yep, a lot of little different issues after it was built. So now we're just kind of ironing through all of those. We just installed intercooler off camera. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't show you guys. I really just wanted to like bang it out. I'll put photos of it, what it looks like without the bumper, because it looks pretty cool. It does look pretty cool. Huge heat exchanger right here, basically as big as we could have gotten it. It might have had like maybe an inch more of height I could have squeezed out of it, but yeah, not much more, because like you'll see it with the bumper off. It is so packed into the tube bumper bar that we bought for this thing. Yeah, if you're unfamiliar with like intercooler systems, air-to-water intercooler systems, this is even a bit different because it's a turbo setup. Mainly you see air-to-water intercoolers on supercharged engines. Basically, you would have your supercharger compresses air, shoots it right into the manifold. The compressed air is hot, so there's basically a radiator. It'll look exactly like that, have fins. The charged air will push through it, and it has cooling vanes that pump coolant through. It extracts heat from it, and then that water pipes through to a front mount heat exchanger. I have one on my Mustang right here. It is supercharged. You can see that guy right there. Yep, got one on the Bonneville too. Yeah, got one on the Bonneville. Yep. And airflow will extract the heat, and it's a very effective system.
Here on our turbo kit, normally you have air-to-air intercoolers. It'll push the charged air through to a basically hollow radiator or intercooler. Air will pass through, air will extract the heat, then has a charge pipe that'll go into the intake. What we have set up here is an air-to-water intercooler, so it's a big brick right here. It's basically an enclosed radiator. It has these cooling lines, which will pump fluid through here, down to where we have our intercooler pump. You can see that guy wedged right in there. It's just a crappy Bosch unit. Yep. And then it has a line right there that comes to the barb off the heat exchanger, fills it up, pumps it, comes out this way. Other line enters there, basically routes the water so it can continually be cooled by air.
Yeah.
We got FedEx, guys.
Be right back.
We'll be right back.
So, like, even though it doesn't seem like it, I think this is a simpler setup, the air-to-air, only because, like, in the Camaro, like, if you were to have the intake go forward to the bumper, where would it go?
It has to come through here to an air-to-air intercooler. Also, this way, the charge piping is way smaller. There's gonna be less turbo lag. It just shoots in here, comes right out into the intake.
Yeah, it's really simple. Like, it's just so nice how this ended up. The way that this is able to mount, just so short. It's really good looking, and I bet it's better.
Yeah, so we are running into a problem with this. I did get this set up yesterday, and I was data logging. I didn't see any increase or decrease in intake temps at all. Yep. It was very suspect. We're like, what's going on? So the pump can be wired in 2 ways, and we're thinking maybe I had it plumbed wrong, but we did more investigating, took these out. These lines are basically dry. Even though I bled the system from this fill cap, I had a big like funnel, and it was well above everything, did not fill it right. So our plan here is to add this 3/4 inch T. I guess it's an inch T, but it'll fit. Put it right in there, and then we'll have another line that'll come up to this cap that we can fill, and that will fill the line for sure, get the water level above everything. We'll run the pump, keep cycling it until all the air comes out.
Yeah, what is an issue with this pump is it's really easy to get the polarity switch, because there's no way to actually identify which is which.
Well, we could do some research. We can check, actually.
We could, but like in reviews, this is a problem for this pump, and I've also had to do that. And the pump will still run with the polarity switch, but it will not run well. And so we were thinking that was the issue, so we tried that. But it's just airlocked right now, because it's gonna have to come up and
yeah, the water literally has to come vertically up to be pumped through.
And that's why we're adding that little reservoir line, is so that we can make sure that it is not airlocked, because that is the issue right now.
Thinking about it, it probably would have been better to put the pump over here, because it would be below this. It would definitely be getting water into it, and it would have to be pumping it up into there and then out, rather than trying to suck it through. So it's sucking it through rather than pushing it. Kind of is what it is. I would have to completely redo the system. Maybe down the road we might change that once we do the Davies Craig and bigger lines.
That would be cool.
But for now, this will work once we get it, actually circulating.
Right. Yeah. And then also we just are going to do a quick oil change, because it's been a couple weeks, and well, just feel like we should. First time it put a lot of gas into the oil, and so I don't know if that's going on now.
Still seems like maybe there's some gas smell from it.
The dipstick kind of smells a little bit like gas, so we're just gonna preemptively switch it out. And also, like, the oil is very cheap, so it's like, why not?
I also did some minor things, because since we last did all this, we were having issues where the RPMs in the data log would spike to 10K. Obviously it's not spiking to 10K, it is just like an issue with the ignition or crank sensor. Yep. So I tore the balancer off, replaced the crank sensor, have not seen that issue return. I've done my own tuning on this thing, actually, because Garner lost his laptop or tuner. He finally got back today, so he was able to get us another revision, but I did a couple of revisions, got the math pretty nailed down. Still needs a lot of work.
Yep. And so he looked at what we have, we kind of told him what we changed and why, and then so he explained to us like some of the improvements that he made and why. And so we're basically just trying to learn off of every tune that we get, and then try and put our own spin on things. If like we can just change something very small that we need quickly, we can do that. We don't need him for literally everything. Yeah. And that's what we're trying to get to a point.
I've done a lot of like research on YouTube, going through Goat Ropes videos and HP Academy, and just doing the tuning myself a little bit. So I have a way better understanding of what's going on here, and in combination with Garner and all this, I think we're in it for success now. I did also build a bracket for the ICM, because it was shaking a lot when the car's running, so this is all nice and sturdy now. Also have a bracket going from the turbo to the strut tower, so because this thing was really shaking, but now it's pretty solid.
So really all that we have left before we actually get in the car and drive it is just the oil change, the intercooler, make sure it's actually running this time, and yeah.
That's basically it.
I mean, and the tune. Just gotta upload it.
Upload the tune, yeah, I got it driving. You can see the relay system I have here. It's a pretty standard relay system for an intercooler. Big gauge wire right off the battery. I guess not right off the battery, but this is main line from the battery. Relay powering it, high gauge wire going to the pump.
Yep. Inline fuse and everything.
All good.
It's exactly the same setup that he has on his Mustang and I have on mine.
Yep.
Yep, and it's proved to be effective and reliable.
Oh yes, also we kind of fixed the issue where the car would idle high when we're cruising. It was we did actually have to put it back on the low setting, and then we had to bend the bracket a little bit. Now it shows 0 TPS when it's off, and you know, everything works, doesn't stick, doesn't bind up, it doesn't, basically what's happening is it was kind of binding, and it was holding at over 1%.
Yeah, and part of the problem is that if you ever look at any other throttle body that's newer, you can see that the spring is like tightly wound up for this. But this one is really
loose, and
it's terrible. Like I don't know what it was. Of course, I bought this second hand, and maybe who I bought it from, maybe he bought it second hand. Don't know. It's a cheap eBay Chinesium special, so I mean, I guess that's what you can expect. But like, you can feel the kind of resistance, and the spring wants to like kind of wrap around itself, and so there's resistance there, and you can feel that. So it's not great. But at least the issue of it actually like reading 1% and then idling high because of it is now solved so far.
Yeah, everything, like all these minor issues we had are mostly solved. The only thing that we're having was the car shutting off. The most recent tune I put on it, it didn't shut off, and Gardner got even more, you know, work done on it. So I think we're in it now to finally drive it around. It's not surging anymore. It dropped down to 500 RPM. I think that got fixed when I fixed the blow-off valve. It works properly now. It doesn't surge. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this cut up so we can add our tea, and we can get that bled, get the tune on, and go on a drive.
All right
guys, we're back. Did the oil change and bled out the intercooler system, I mean, as best as we could. We have it all the way up here, and we ran it for a while. There's like no more bubbles in it, and it's definitely pushing some water now. I took this off and it literally sprayed everywhere. So
that's true.
We're getting some pressure, hopefully in the right direction. Hopefully it's like pushing that way rather than, I don't know how else we check that really. I did feel like the line right there, this guy down here, and I did feel turbulence on that line. So it felt like it was pushing fluid rather than like sucking it.
Yeah, I mean, you have the pump routed the right way,
yeah.
You know, so.
The pump's definitely routed the right way. I just don't know if like you reverse the polarity, if it spins one way or the other, because like the fans here, they both will power it, but one way will spin it one way or the other. But I feel like they would intentionally design that where it would never do that. So I don't know, it's working, and it's definitely pushing fluid.
Yep, and yeah, we just did the oil change like you said. Captured a little bit of the oil. Found
out some problems with it. So you can see our oil filter down there. We have a oil filter sandwich plate. Let me just hop down there to show you. We have our oil filter sandwich plate right there, and what we had found is we had double gasketed it by accident. So this has a flat surface, and then it has a surface back here where you put a gasket on, and we had put the flat surface against it and put a gasket in there because they included two. I thought that's how it was supposed to go. Not right. This is a flat surface here which would accept the filter. So what we had is a gasket on this, on the sandwich plate, and then a gasket from the filter. So it was leaking there, and then these guys, we just put some PTFE tape on, all the fittings we did, and then we just had to redo the AN line here going to it. So that's all good to go now. And surprisingly, a lot of work just for an oil change and intercooler, you know, bleeding. So oh man, we're gonna put it back on the ground. We're gonna cut this to length. Basically what we're gonna do is we're going to lower this, put the cap on it. Has a little bleeder hole there. And then we have this, which we're going to self-tapper right here, which will hold it out of the way.
Yeah, it'll be looking nice.
And then we will be ready to finally take it on a drive, watch those IATs, possibly get into boost and rip on it. And then Tristan, you'll be able to hear the blow-off valve for the first time because now it's actually ripping.
That would be awesome.
It sounds amazing. It's like literally like a video game. You're like,
That's awesome, dude. I cannot wait. Yeah, all the times we've driven the car, it has not been working.
Yep. I guess it's more like pew. It's like pew, pew.
Oh, dude, I want to hear that.
Yep. So we're gonna hurry along. So we're not showing so much of the work, guys. We just want to get it done.
Yep. We just want to get it done and driving.
All right, guys, so I picked up this handy dandy oil filter cutter tool. So
why, Davis?
I mean,
Why did you pick it up?
My shame over there. So anyways, this is useful for, you know, Project F. We just wanted to see how the filter looks. Newly rebuilt motor.
Yep. And I can't see very many specs like on each pleat, but then if you just squeeze them,
there's no chunks or anything. It's just glittery oil.
Yeah, if you squeeze it,
you can see
bunch of glitter's coming out, you know.
But that's normal on a new engine.
You can see that right there.
Yep. We didn't even see about taking off the top caps and going through each rib, but I mean, I'm not seeing anything that sticks out to me as bad.
You know, just a significant amount of glitter, but like Davis said earlier off video, I mean, this is just
completely normal.
Yeah. And there's no big chunks. And yeah.
Just interesting to see.
It is very interesting to see. Good data, because that's the second oil change.
Yep.
But again, the car has had like less than 100 miles.
Yeah, second oil change within like 50 miles of driving it.
Yeah, and so there's probably going to be lots more glitter the next few oil changes.
Yep.
But yeah, very interesting to see. There's really no big chunks. That's great to hear. A little bit of fiber, but I think that's just from that
filter.
The paper and the filter or whatever that's made out of. But yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Yep, so just want to check that out. Everything's all ready to go here. We're going to fire it up. I think I get the jump box on it while I update the tune because the pump was running for a while. And then we're going to go ahead and take it on a drive and rip it finally, hopefully.
All right.
I mean, it'll probably shut off immediately and then we'll
Don't say that. No.
All right, guys, we're going to give it a little baby pull in second.
Holy shit. Dear God.
That felt so good, guys.
Dear God, this car.
10-to-1 AFR.
And I gotta say, as soon as you started getting into it, I saw 2 degrees of KR.
Really?
But once it got into like boost really well, it went to 0.
Really?
So like it chirped up to 2 at the beginning of the pull, and then it ended at the pull with 0.
Damn.
Which is good, because I bet you that's false.
Oh yeah, because of the immediate vibration.
Yeah, so I think it's false because there's no reason that it should knock early into a pull.
Yeah.
It should knock at the end of a pull.
It's like hardcore like surging now, but okay, kind of figured itself out a little bit.
Still,
that was the first like full rip that I've done in it, like second gear all the way to red line, well close to it, probably like over 5,000, and then third gear still ripping it. So that felt amazing, guys. Damn. Oil pressure looks good, coolant temp looks good. What's the intake temp?
So let's see.
Sorry about the glare, guys.
Yeah. So it's at 90.
Okay, it's not bad.
It was sitting at 100 last time, right? Yeah.
Make sure to plug it back in.
Coolant's at 172. It's just kind of like hovering there. So I'm wondering if the fans are turning on there now. They shouldn't be.
They should be turning on 190.
Yeah.
Wow, this is the longest red light in existence. Holy shit, bro. Is this light broken? Oh, here we go.
I hear that belt squeaking.
You hear the turbo like blow off valve?
I do.
So look, 14, cruising in 4th. Let off. That's fine. All right, 3rd gear.
Oh my God, that belt is dying.
Car shut off again.
Did we lose a belt?
No.
No. Okay.
Car shut off.
I wonder why it did that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It don't want to, does it?
Yeah, I might need to pull it over.
Yeah, I think you will have to. You know where the hazard is?
Nope.
I don't know how to activate it.
That's fine.
Whatever. Okay.
The car sit for a second.
I'm curious.
Dialog's still going?
Yep, it's still going.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually curious on how that hazard thing works. Okay, fire's right up.
Fire's right up, oil pressure's good. Yeah. Just one of them things, I think.
Just one of them things, you know? Belt squeaking worse and worse.
It's fine.
I mean, there's nothing we can really do at this moment. I heard it flutter.
Yep.
Yeah, like at the beginning of a pull, it keeps showing a little bit of KR, but I'm pretty sure that is just false knock. I don't think that's real.
Maybe it's false knock. Who knows? So what are the intake temps again?
Let's look. 95.
Okay, so that's doing pretty good. It would definitely be over 100 now.
Yeah, we definitely should compare it.
Like, how long is the log so far?
If this is accurate, about 16 minutes?
Yeah, so before 10 minutes, it's over 100. So he almost died there. It wasn't doing that before.
And it wasn't, like, it's not even doing anything.
Yeah, I was cruising with the clutch in.
Right. It's very odd. Cardboard.
Yeah, it shut off again.
Oh, Jesus. Them brakes are fucking good.
It like shuts off immediately. It's weird.
Oh, that is very odd. We better look at the data log and see maybe there's information on it we can look at. What the hell?
You gotta let it sit for a second.
Dear God. Carl, why are you doing this?
I don't know why it's doing this. Hopefully Garner can give us some info now that he's, you know, got his laptop and responding to us again. It's very weird that it's doing that because from what I've seen, it hits some KR and then it shuts off. But
yeah, and I haven't been seeing it. I haven't seen it do that.
Let me see. KR. I mean, we're hitting like decimals, so you can't see on here. Yeah, we're not even hitting 1.
Nope.
You didn't even. You said you saw 2, or did you see 0.2?
I saw 2 at one point, but that was at the start of the pull. That was not like in my limited experience. We've always seen KR at like mid to late pull and shift points.
Yeah.
It just would make sense that it would, you know, knock retard at the end of a pull when it's like maximum RPM.
Didn't mean to hold up traffic.
Don't mind us. It's literally like a dead end right here. It just didn't even. Better not fucking leave us stranded here, car. God damn it.
All right, well, I'm gonna stop this log.
Yep. We're also gonna come back on the video. There's no point in filming this, guys, but we'll be right back, hopefully. All right, guys, we're back. We literally just let it sit for like 15 more seconds after I ended the video and it started right up.
Yep, just let it sit for a little bit longer and we're good.
And then we stopped the log and saved it, and I just started a new one, so.
Maybe I won't get into some rips because we know it'll happen, but we'll just do a little bit more driving.
Yeah. This engine definitely needs more miles on her.
Yeah, it's so weird. It will, like, be ripping. Oh, the engine's surging again. It didn't surge before. Anyways, we'll be ripping, and it'll be like, and then pop, and then gone. And it just shuts off.
Wow, usually before it would wait until you were done with the pull. Except for that one time it just shut off mid-pull, but only once did it shut off mid-pull. All of them have been shutting off mid-pull. Today.
Yes, today.
Yeah, I'm talking about before it would wait until you were done with the pull and then die.
That's not true. The very first time it actually shut off was mid-pull here. It's acting the same as it been before. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to look over those logs, guys.
Yeah, there's something wrong with it.
I feel like we're ending each video like this.
Yeah, but I mean, that may be true, but like this isn't easy to tune. I mean, I don't really know what to say. Tuning isn't just as straightforward as getting it mechanically working like we did.
What's engine temp?
Engine temp's at 198.
And then what's the IAT?
106.
Oil temp, everything looks fine. I mean oil pressure. Except when it surges like this, it almost died there. Straight up, it wasn't doing this when I had tuned it. Like, it literally had not done this.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna need Garner to address that situation.
Is there some kind of traction control on this car?
No. Only on the automatics, as far as I understood.
Oh, really?
base model for that traction control bullshit. Feels great.
Yeah, when you're revving it low like that.
Yeah.
I'm too afraid to give it throttle because it's doing this shit.
It's just gonna die again, yep.
And the engine surging like this is like not good for it either.
No, and especially for drivability, that's dog shit.
And I straight up did not have this issue with my last tune, so I don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, I mean, we compared these tunes, and
he corrected some MAF stuff, but I wouldn't see that as affecting it at all.
No.
Then he worked on some power enrichment, and that's it.
Well, it was when we were giving it the beans, not the surging, but the shutting off. So maybe power enrichment has something to do with it.
No, definitely not, because it wasn't set up before and it was doing it.
Ooh. God damn.
All right, guys, we're back at home base. We're gonna look over the data log, send it over to Garner as well. I might make some changes, who knows? We're gonna, you know, just look at it, see why it's happening. Basically, we'll be in a pull, second, third gear, whatever. We'll see the tack. I don't know why the glare is there. Dear God. I'll see on the tack it coming up. Boost kind of hits. It's going, and then immediately just dead stops. Dead. So. I don't know why it does that, but we're gonna figure it out. All right, guys, so we're back from that drive. We looked over the data log and just like doesn't really make sense to us why it was shutting off.
Yep.
We did see improvement with KR for sure.
Oh yeah, like vast improvement. The light's pretty bad, but yeah, vast improvement on KR. That's great. Intake air temps, not the best.
Well, they seemed improved. Like at points, it was like 10 degrees better, but not ideal still.
Also, around the same intake air temp, much less KR. So that could be fueling, which I'm guaranteeing that has a lot to do with it.
Fueling was a lot better.
Fueling's a lot better now. But also, you know, now that it's got some water running through that air, cooling down a little bit, but we've decided we're gonna cut the bumper up.
Yep.
So,
as you can see here, it gets like minorly some airflow.
Yeah.
You can see that there, but that's like almost nothing.
I believe this is only 2 clips right here. Yep. Oh, I guess there's maybe 1 bolt or a clip on top.
Maybe you can get under there and
I don't know what it is. Oh,
or just tear it out.
Is that a bolt? Oh, I think it's a clip.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Well, hey, I really don't know if I'm gonna return to this. So, well, that's pretty well.
Maybe get some hand tools or something.
I'm gonna at least get some. Okay, that's fair. There's 3 bolts holding it in. We'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, we got it out, and what I'm thinking.
Just go with the.
I'm thinking go with this line and just take this entire part out, and then it could still clip in here if I want it. Like my reasoning is like it might not look the best, so like for a car show or something, I might want to pop it back in. But what I do know is this motherfucker's coming out.
Oh yes, yes sir.
And our trusty ass tool.
So trusty.
This thing's a piece of shit, but it was only 20 bucks. So you get what you pay for.
I might just get the angle grinder out at this point so I can.
That's what I'm thinking too,
bro. God dang.
This literally is the worst piece of junk I have ever seen.
I thought it would do good, but why is it?
I thought it would do good because this is plastic. We've cut sheet metal with this, but literally everything we've cut took 5 times as long as it should because this thing just wants to stop. It literally will just stop out of nowhere. I think it's the air pressure.
No, it's not air pressure at all.
No. Like it doesn't get stuck if it's not cutting anything, but it's so ass.
It jams up.
It should not. It should have enough torque to surpass that though.
I know.
It's air powered. But then again, you know, if it's running on like 40 psi on there, not the best. But this will do the trick real good.
Yeah, for the more intricate cuts, we'll go back in with the air grinder.
Yeah.
So we'll turn that back on to pressurize it. But for the straight cuts we're going to be doing, good old angle grinder.
Did we mention how good the garage looks now? We did a good job, guys.
Oh, yes.
We're about to do garage 2.0.
Yep. That'll be coming in next couple videos, we're gonna be totally tearing it out and putting it back together, just so it's way more workable.
Yeah, the garage is gonna be way better than what it's gonna be, or what it's now. Don't breathe that. A lot of smoke.
It's a lot of dust, man. I'm gonna, you know, maybe get...
Yeah, not a bad idea. You ever see the Will It Blend series? Don't breathe this. Yeah, gotta get the... The hat is definitely PPE, guys.
Yep.
Can't forget your super clean hat. Yeah, thing about the angle grinder is that it also burns the plastic that it cuts.
Yep.
See, I got all the PPE I need, guys. This is all I need.
Oh, yes.
Yep, that and safety squints. Watch it, I'll live longer than all of you.
Oh, yeah, totally.
It looks really goofy.
It looks like a grandma, like, I'm over here.
It looks like they lost their teeth.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like they're about to give you a gum job.
Yeah, it would be nice if, you know, it continued.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could, I don't know, maybe find a aftermarket bumper that does that, or maybe do that ourselves.
This bumper was never staying to begin with.
So true, this bumper is dog shit.
Probably should preface that. This bumper is never intended to save.
Yep.
Because it was already destroyed.
And right now, I'm more interested in it working better and it performing better than... Ugh, gross. But yeah, I mean, that... About half of it is getting direct airflow. But you know what? It would be great if we did get, like, make one of these that basically just funnels the air up and in.
Yeah.
Which I don't think would be very hard at all. Yeah, that's what it looks like now.
Oh, it's way more airflow.
Way more airflow.
Probably just touch this up a little bit.
And then I'm just curious on how the how this fits in there, or if it does.
Put it back in. It just pops into the sides. Look at that. It's like it's, you know.
I mean, you can see the gap, but honestly, and this, but to be honest, like in a pinch, that doesn't look bad at all. Unless you literally get down and look at it.
Yep.
Because like,
unless you look at it, it looks great, guys.
There is this. Unless you look at it, guys.
If you're standing, you're not gonna see.
If you're blind, it looks really good.
No, stand up. You don't see the gap.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you don't see the gap. But like I said, if you're blind, it looks great.
And now performance mod. Bam.
Boom. Comes right out. Yep. Quick disconnect.
Perfect.
Doesn't need those bolts anymore.
Yep. When Granny's ready to party.
Dude, she takes out her dentures.
Oh my god.
Dude, when Grandma's ready to party, she just pulls her dentures out, man.
Yeah, maybe we should take them out of the drive and see how much direct airflow.
We should. That's awesome.
Yeah, something that, like, could possibly come on here, because even if we had something like this, it would at least ramp up the air. You can see how this kind of ramps up.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, if we kept the curvature, and then, like, what it could do is it could come up to, like, this and rest on it. This little bar. And then it would go perfectly up and in.
Yep.
It would look great.
So I think I'm just gonna take out some of this because that was a little not good of cut.
Not the best. This looks meh.
Fine.
But like right here is.
I kind of want to take a sanding disc to it, but I think it'll just gum it up.
I think it will do the same thing because most rotary tools are just gonna melt the plastic, not cut it.
Maybe we should actually pop
oh,
this
you
up.
know what? Actually,
that'd be pretty good. Let's
because that's what it's meant for.
Yeah, let's button that up. We'll get some.
We'll
clips.
we'll get some. Yeah, we'll get something to secure that.
That will catch the air.
That will catch the air.
Go under it.
It still doesn't look great, but
it's fine.
Maybe if we spray paint that part black, it would look better.
It'll get dirty no matter what.
True.
Yeah, so. All right, well, we're gonna do that and maybe take it on another drive and just see how the IATs are. I don't know if we're gonna be doing like crazy pulls.
Right.
I mean, we should get more data, but.
Yeah, we should.
Yep.
All right, guys, we'll be back.
All right, guys, so we got some clips in there, so now it kind of ramps the air up. There's still a gap under there, so, you know, but it'll catch it at least a little bit more. Air will be kind of more forced through. So, more direct airflow, and we'll see how that does on a drive. All right, guys, we're out again, just driving around. It literally, wait, watch out. It literally never did that with my tunes. I don't know what the fuck he changed.
Well, I don't know what this person. Oh, why did it die?
It never did that.
Cause like I swear I'll push it. Even with the clutch and it just kills itself.
Why?
It's funny, at low RPMs the belt really makes a lot of noise, but then once you really get on it, you stop hearing the noise.
Yeah.
What?
It died again!
Dude, why can't we not even... Like, am I just letting the clutch go? I don't think so. What I don't like is the clutch has so much room to go where all the other pedals don't go that far.
Yeah.
So it's really not good for me being short.
It's just dying on its own after letting off.
Don't die. You died. Why every time?
By the way, the brakes get really bad when the car is dead.
Really? Good
just
to know.
Be safe with it.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I'll try not to go on any main roads then.
Give it some throttle.
That's interesting.
It goes like, and then like, it's cutting out, you know?
Yeah.
Is it going to die? Yes.
Yep, every time. And this is the main road, which I'm gonna have to go straight through it.
No, just take a right, or take a left. You good over there?
Am I?
Yep, you're good. Jesus, bro. We can tell in the logs who's driving. Oh, it feels good. Oh. No, it's just a lot of fuel and turned off.
And it turned off.
Wait, brake. Because it's really hard to brake. It's really hard to brake. You're gonna go through the red if you don't. Brake hard. You got it. Yeah, I'd stop it.
We might have to just stop.
Yep, just a little bit. All right, clutching.
Yep.
I found you have to turn it off. Oh, Jesus, bro.
You have to turn it completely off?
Yeah.
That makes little sense.
Not completely, just like, yeah. Electronics. Yeah. We're just gonna head back. It's not doing any better than before. I mean, AFRs look fine.
See?
Whoa, what are you doing?
Damn it. If I put the clutch in, it dies. If I just let it ride, it doesn't do that.
Come on. It hasn't been clutch dependent for me at all. It would surge when you let off the throttle.
Because I'll just I'll let off the throttle here. Doesn't do that, but then I'll just push in the clutch. Oh,
that's
actually,
fine.
It's fine. Oh,
now it's not. That's so weird.
I don't know why that is. How spicy are the intake temps?
99, so not bad.
A little spicy.
Well, no, they've not gained the degree. Well, it gained 2 degrees since we left, basically. All right, guys, we're gonna go in and check the data log again. Intake temps, I think we're better because it didn't raise almost at all. Because if we drove like, say like 5-10 minutes, I don't know, it would have grown or gained in temp. It would have been
especially
over
with the car dying constantly.
Yeah, yeah, because it'd be sitting. It had a chance to heat soak a little bit.
But yeah, that's not great. But hey, if it didn't change and I cut up the bumper for no reason, I'm not really happy.
Well, yeah. You do have that bumper cover.
True.
Yeah, so the surging,
need,
this
right?
what?
Out of the car.
No, The surging was something that I feel like was new from the tune. Like the past week, me driving this thing after my tunes, it has not surged like that. And I've been ripping on it, and it has not done that. It seems like it started a little bit after ripping, so I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe Garner will be able to tell us more with, you know, the data logs we're going to send him. I almost want to put my last revision before Garner touched it and see if it does the surging.
Maybe it won't.
Yeah, I have no idea. But at least the stuff that I looked over, it didn't, like, the only things he adjusted was the MAF and the fuel enrichment, or the power enrichment. And it wasn't any, like, all he did was smooth out the MAF a little bit. It's not something that would have, like, caused this issue to resurface that I could think of, so.
Yep, so just more tuning bullshit. Because, yeah, that's basically been the last, like, 3 videos.
Yep, so I'm gonna look over the data log. I don't know if we're gonna like continue and catch you guys up. We'll probably next video just talk about it a little bit more. Yep. Hopefully by next video it's going to be like driving right, you know?
Let's hope so.
We finish those or fix those issues.
Let's freaking hope so. Because this is some bullshit.
Yep.
But again, I mean, I guess we shouldn't. To be expected. This is a lot more complicated to tune. You
have it upside down.
I do. It's a lot more complicated to tune than my Bonneville, for example, so I do understand.
Well, with it being a turbo setup and cammed and like a lot of other things, it's not as simple of a build, I think.
Yeah, especially with how you're able to tune on the computer.
Yeah.
There's really a lot less tunability than like the V8 cars, which sucks. The PCMs just do not have the tables for them.
Time for a Holly in this thing, guys.
Oh boy, let's just
I think a Holly would totally fix all these issues. The self-tuning, all that stuff would be perfect. But I think that's going to do it for today. Sorry you didn't see us like installing the intercooler, besides troubleshooting it and cutting this stuff, you know, and driving it around. So definitely, if you want to support us, we're going to be remodeling the whole garage here. We're going to tear everything out and reorganize everything back in, get rid of a bunch of stuff we don't need. We're going to be buying a bunch of just like miscellaneous supplies, nuts, bolts, fasteners, like, you know, trim fasteners, all these stuff, all the tools, organize it so we have a more workable place. We can even pull a car in halfway so we don't have to work in the rain.
That would be so nice.
I don't know why it took us 3 years to figure that out.
Right.
But that's going to do it. If you want to support us, you know, you can check out Patreon down below. You can join us as a member on the channel. That'd be awesome if you could do that. Support the channel any way you can. Even just watching the videos, leaving a like, subscribing, all that helps us out.
Sharing with a friend even.
Yeah, share it with everyone you know. But especially if you like this stuff, you want to see Project F go down the drag strip eventually. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.